Welcome to Relationship SOS. We'll start things off with an email. It reads, my wife and I have been married for 6 years, and they have been mostly good years. In the last year or so, we have been arguing a lot and seem to always be snapping at each other. We have had our share of problems since I switched jobs, and we had a special needs child. I can't really say what our problem is. I just know that we're heading downhill. Well, with that email, we asked the expert, Debra MacLeod, and author, I might add, what is this person looking for? What do they need?
Well, a lot of people come into the office and they're just like, we're just unhappy, we're just at each other, what's going on? They can't put their finger on exactly like this. And if you kind of read it, you see between the lines there's a lot of stress going on, and stress is a killer in relationships, plays a huge role in conflict. And there's two sort of general types. The first is situational or circumstantial conflict, like something like having a special needs child, switching jobs, something like that. Something that you're sort of thrust into that situation and you have to kind of dig your way out, find appropriate care for the child, find a job that you like, that sort of thing. And then that conflict tends to resolve itself. The second is a lot more difficult. That's really behavioral conflict, where partners are at each other, there's a lot of negativity, they're not resolving conflict, they're not communicating in a good way, and that's often a lot more difficult to resolve because it takes changing your behavior and it changing the way that you're interacting. And sometimes people need professional help and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they need to just take a breath, realize what stress is doing to them, realizing how they're impacting each other, how they're treating each other, bring some basic manners and affection and appreciation back into the relationship, and that type of conflict tends to resolve too.
Is it possible in this situation, though, as we see that there's a conflict with the special needs child? They're dealing with that person right now, and they're also dealing with the new job. So
exactly.
If those things part ways and get out of the way, they may not need any counseling, is what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Everything might just come together.
Absolutely. It's like when my folks go to Arizona, they leave us their giant, stupid dog, right? And the dog creates a disaster, and everybody in the house is just in a bad mood because everywhere you go, there's dog slobber and it's ripping up stuff. And then everybody's kind of grumpy, and then the dog leaves, and lo and behold, everybody's just, the sun comes out and they're happy. So yeah, sometimes it is just looking at what specifically you can change to reduce that conflict or hopefully eliminate it, and then yeah, the sky's clear.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Debra MacLeod, author and relationship expert. We'll be back next time with Relationship SOS.